Welcome back to the Preferred Walk-On podcast. I am your host, Chris. To my left on your screen, that is Los. To my right on your screen, that is Cam. Under me, Slade is on the bottom right, and to our bottom left, we got Torian TP Patterson, aka Rich Patterson, back for the second time in the show's existence. This is episode 10. We actually recorded last week, but we lost the audio, so here we are. Just gonna hop right into it.
Slade look like Nigel.
Just
I
gonna
thought
hop
that
right
was
into it
I thought
though.
that was Nigel for sure.
Just gonna hop right into it. So first off, how was y'all Valentine's Day? Go good. Valentine's Day go good for all y'all.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I can't
smooth.
complain.
All
I
right,
can't complain,
all
man.
right. Obviously, since the last time we put an episode out, the Super Bowl happened. Tom Brady was able to get to his seventh Super Bowl win out of 10 tries. Pat Mahomes takes his first Super Bowl loss. Um, Basically, how y'all feel about that? How did y'all feel about the Super Bowl? 31-9 beat down by the Bucks.
Um, I'm not taking nothing away from the Bucks. Their defense came to play, and it's gonna be hard to beat a team with a defense that plays that good. But the Chiefs didn't look like the Chiefs. But it is what it is.
Why you
It's not
think
a
it's
seven
because
game
they didn't
series.
have they tackles?
I mean that got something to do with it, but like they offense, like they scheme didn't even look the same. Like
Hmm.
Yeah, I think
even though yeah you missing some linemen, like you look like you changed your whole offense.
yeah, I think Andy Reid got too conservative. That's what he be doing a lot of times in big games. He get way too conservative. I mean, when you got somebody like Pat Mahomes, Kelsey, uh, Reed, you gotta let that thing go. Even missing them three linemen, that's really when you gotta let it all out. I mean, it's a big game. You gotta let them boys go play.
I mean, I even think about it though. Like, we spoke about how the scheme, when in the podcast we recorded got lost. We talked about how we didn't like the way the scheme changed. We didn't see a lot of orbit motion. We didn't see a lot of pop pass. A lot of stressing the defense horizontally just as much as they do vertically. But one of the other things I was thinking about just recently was as bad as they block. Do y'all remember ever seeing them like max protect, like just send three receivers out to like get some time to take a shot down the field or anything like that? Because I don't think, I mean, they line obviously played horrible, and Pat did everything he could to try and keep them competitive in that game, but um they didn't help their offensive linemen either. If do y'all ever remember them like max protecting to like help the lineman and maybe give Pat maybe keep 6 or 7 in the block? I think the running back was almost always out on the route. Like, I don't think they ever really helped him to get better at throughout the course of the game.
I know they ain't just send three receivers ever out. I know for a fact that I ain't see that.
Yeah, they didn't like make an adjustment.
I don't even think you can, blame the lineman for everything because the receivers wasn't really getting open either, dog. Like I was surprised at how much Hill wasn't, like completely wide open. That man usually on every play, it's some type of hole on him. Like they really, they really put that defensive scheme really, put them in a bad position because when you got people like White and Sue and them coming down on you like that, man, it made it hard. It made it real hard for Mahomes. Real
What
hard.
I also think is, man, they in that the inside the box on defense,
Mm-hmm.
they got way too much. It was way too much talent inside the
Wait,
box. When you can put a linebacker, granted Kelsey had like a hundred yards, but they honestly they just put a linebacker on him, like athletic linebackers, like
Yeah,
yo,
they
do
had
your thing.
Levante
Now
on
we
them
about
all
to
game.
roll. Yeah, now we about to roll coverage towards Tyreek way, so we gonna bracket him. so he can't get nothing deep over the top. And then everybody else, we gonna live with everybody else beating us. So it's like that's when you scheme up something like that, it's hard to get somebody open, like you used to. You used to running deep crosses. You know what I'm saying? Like something across the field. It wasn't open. That
And
wasn't
on
open,
top of the
and he
Tom
didn't
not
have
being
time
there,
either though.
yeah, on
So
top of the Tom. I mean, let's talk about I think a misconception that a lot of people have been saying, the Chiefs were favored to win, but everybody talks about that Bucks team like they wasn't stacked. That team was loaded with talent everywhere. Like no position on that team was like a position where you'd be like, okay, they're lacking right there at that position, especially defensively. Their DBs had come on. They were young at the beginning of the year. They came on at the end of the year and started playing better, especially after they got their bye week. They were the last team to get the bye week in week 12. And it was just a testament to like when young guys, once they get a hold on something and like you can get them to play fast, your defense, if your front seven is dominant like how the Bucks front seven was, you can play with anybody. So, and I give it to their DBs because at the in their first matchup, DBs got torched. Pat torched them, and the adjustments that Todd Bowles made, um, defensively to make them change the way they play, you got to take your hat off to that. He if you had to give MVP and you could give it to a coach, he probably would get it for the just what he did to Pat. Held him without a touchdown, first time in his career in a start didn't throw a touchdown pass or didn't score a touchdown for that matter, like leading an offense. So he definitely deserves that. I want to say shout out to Bruce Arians, all black staff, 2 women on the staff. I mean, they definitely deserve. Coach staff deserves a ton of credit because they were getting killed early in the year. So, um, to weather that storm and for them to get all the way to the Super Bowl, I know y'all as Pittsburgh fans got a ton of love for Bruce Arians for what he did in his years there as the offensive coordinator. Brought on made many legends, including AB at the time. Turned them into top notch players.
AB,
And
AB finally got him a ring, bro. AB finally got him a ring.
AB got
Like
a ring.
He got
Sue
a
got a
box
ring.
too. And he
he
scored.
got a what?
He scored too.
Oh yeah.
I mean, honestly, this was the first Super Bowl. I was like, I don't really care who wins because I'm happy to see a lot of the players on the Bucks team. Our boy, Los boy from Northern High
Yeah,
School,
TJ. Yeah,
TJ
got him,
Logan
boy.
got us a ring, got Greensboro a ring. Uh, So I mean, you could. I was just happy to see both ways. Mike Evans is one of the more non-diva ish wide receivers in the league. Didn't do much complaining, so I'm happy to see he won.
And
Leonard Fournette.
he also said he'd take a pay cut to bring Godwin back. Like that's real.
I
Like
mean,
don't
you
you
got
don't
to think
really
about it.
hear you don't really hear football players saying like they'll take a pay cut to
Yeah,
bring
Hey,
somebody
hey,
back.
him and Godwin been playing for a minute too. I mean,
Godwin
like
is in his 4th
years.
season,
Yeah,
and
so
Mike in like his 7th. So I'm happy to see that they won. Leonard Fournette, people was talking about he was on his way out the league. He went on a playoff run that was as good as you seen from a running back in their 4 games, 445 yards from scrimmage. That's 100 a game. I mean, what he did for that offense. I mean, I'm like I said, I'm glad to see, a lot of those dudes get they just due in that situation, and to take out the number 1 like team in the league made it even crazier. So I'm definitely not angry at the outcome. So just time solidified now. 7 Super Bowls. I doubt it's ever done again. So the other thing is Pat Mahomes. A lot of people saying he has no chance of being the GOAT now. How do y'all feel about that?
I feel like people just like to hear themselves talk. You can't. He lost to the GOAT. You can't take that from him.
Yeah, you can't go from everybody saying you the greatest right now that they've seen to nah, there ain't no chance. I mean, before this game, he was, you know what I'm saying, the greatest everybody has seen, throwing the ball at least, not winning, but throwing the ball at least. But
But
nah,
he's
he
not
he
gonna
still got
be
a chance.
one of the best. He ain't gonna be Tom Brady, but he'll be one of the best.
Because he gonna have all the numbers to say like he gonna have all the quarterback numbers stats up that he gonna have. So, but he gonna be if he can win a granted he gonna have to win what 7 championships to even be in that conversation. But he still can do it though.
Yeah,
Not
Because he done been in the Super Bowl the last 2 years. So
hey, so but if
he
he go, if he go 5-1 though, can you still consider him? Because I mean, Brady lost what?
3.
How many?
He
Brady?
lost
Three.
3.
three.
But
So if he
Brady
go five
was
and
3-3 at a point, I believe. No,
yeah,
or 4-3 at a point. So he won his. I think Brady done won the last 3 times he went. Low key, I think other than maybe the Eagles, so it might be 3 out of the last 4 he went. He won. Um, yeah, I don't know, man. If Pat get to 5 or 6, and he gonna have all the passing numbers. He's going the numbers he putting up right now. I mean, the dude don't throw less than 35 touchdowns a year. Like he don't throw for less than 4,000 yards a year right now, and he only 25. He already off to a great start. 3 years
That
in,
nigga that nigga younger than us.
right,
he younger
That
than us.
nigga younger than us.
and then did way more than we done seen just about any quarterback do in the first 3 years of starting. So I don't know, man. I just don't see how people are saying that he got no chance because the talent there, man. Like you see the talent, and he already putting it together. And this only going, I think for this only going to help him. Like, you know what I'm saying? To understand that it's just not always easy. That was the first time he experienced, I would say, real adversity offensively to where he couldn't move the ball or, you know what I'm saying? They struggled. I don't think he had ever struggled really, really, truthfully in a game. Um, but they'll come back next year. They still young. As much of their core is young. Chris Jones 26, Tyreek Hill 26, Pat 25. Running back they just drafted Clyde Edwards-Helaire. I mean, defensively Tyrann Mathieu is only 27. So they'll be back, man. They got some stuff that they gonna have to address as far as like their back end though. They're gonna have to find a corner. Maybe
Mm.
DeAndre Baker comes back next year after breaking his thigh bone and is able to, help them get better on the back end. So we'll move on from that. NBA moving over to the NBA. We found out that Anthony Davis he's gonna be out for 3 to 4 weeks with the Achilles, basically tendinosis, however they say it. As far as the Lakers, what does this do to their position in the West as competitive as it's been?
they gotta go pick up Blake Griffin or Andre Drummond. I know we're gonna get to that later, but they gotta go sign one of them. I mean, yeah, they gotta go sign. They gotta go sign
Yeah,
somebody.
honestly, it's just like if he's gonna be, with him not on the court, they not the best team. I don't feel like they're still the best team in the West, but when you got LeBron on the court, man, hey, anything's possible, man. We done seen him take us to the finals. You know what I'm saying? So I don't put nothing past Bron.
But that's the thing though, like just having LeBron, you gotta play the rest of this regular season. And you got the playoffs coming up. Like, how much do you want LeBron to really take control
I
of the
feel
rest
like
of
I
this
feel
season?
like they'll win enough to get in, and I feel like at that point, long as they in, they
I
got a
don't
shot.
think Brian cares. He
Yeah,
looking like just stay. He's saying I think Brian really thinking stay in the top 4, so you get the first series at home. And let's just say like a team like the Jazz ends up being the number 1 seed and you in the 4, and you get to play the Jazz in the second round as the Lakers. Like you don't fear the Jazz. like beating you in a 7-game series. Like, cause you like I said, even AD hurt. If with AD hurt, the Lakers still walk the two best players out on the floor with if AD 90% or 85% for the rest of the year. Like, you know what I'm saying? He's still better than 99% of the league. So it's like,
I don't understand why he trying to be cool, man. He is 6'11" big, man. Why you got on low top sneakers?
that's
Bruh,
what I was saying. Bro, he can
he
he can
probably,
still wear the Kobe's though. Just on the high top nines, man. Like,
bruh, I don't even really think that got as much to do with it as y'all think, bro. Cause
Yeah,
I
his
do.
ankles probably taped and everything, bro. So
Still
like,
though.
you don't want that much pressure on your legs, bro.
I don't think. Yeah, I don't think it's that because he always been a guard though, so he always been moving. So I don't think.
Yeah.
I think it's just. I think it's one of them growing pain things where he just got too big and.
He might still be. He might still get taller,
Hey,
bro.
all I'm saying is, man, he can't go. He can't come back on the court on my team with low top sneakers on.
I
Nigga, we
agree.
I
gonna
ain't gonna
put
lie,
them hot.
bro. Y'all can't make him wear that. So
Honestly, I think I
What?
think but it does have a bearing on the type of injury that he has because
I
I
mean,
was
but let's
watching
just keep it a stack, though.
I was watching Shannon Sharp, and he was saying that he dealt with the same injury in college, and he said for 4 weeks he wore a low top sneaker or a low top cleat and a high top cleat on the Achilles that was hurting because he said it puts less of a strain on your Achilles, and you could put like something in the sneaker like a heel cup, I think they call it, to keep the stress off of the Achilles so it don't hurt as bad as you playing. So if AD got to put on a high top sneaker, bro, put on the Kobe one or something. Like, it's many Kobe's out there that you can
Man,
put on to shut the gym down.
he just injury prone, man.
Yeah, he.
That nigga, man. Anytime he get hit or go to the floor, I get scared, man. I be like, oh, this nigga about to be out for a month right here. Then he get up and will his way to play, but I'm like, man, this nigga, it ain't no
he,
way. Like
he only
in the
got
play in
you
the
be watching
playoffs last
play.
year, bro. In the playoffs last year, I've never seen nobody hit the ground so hard more times than he did,
Hey,
bro.
hey,
And he
Cam,
be
does he not?
sprawled out
Did he not be getting up slow too? Like he about to miss time?
every time, bro.
Every time,
Every
bro.
time he get up
Every
slow.
time he fall, and you be like, man, he ain't getting up, bro. Every time I see him fall on one end, I be like, man, I ain't see him come back into the screen, man. Where he might still be down.
I be thinking that sometimes, but then again, I'm like, yo, these dudes is like 7 feet. So it probably do take them a little minute to really just get up and make sure they good
But
and start
AD
getting
falls
back.
so hard,
Yeah,
bro. That's
yeah.
what be killing me, bro. Like, he fall hard, like
It,
Joel.
it's like AD be churching it up sometimes. It'd be like, yo, bro, like get up. Like LeBron, like I ain't, I'm a LeBron fan, but LeBron fall all the time. Like he just be popping up. Like AD fall, and it's like, oh nah, he might be hurt. That's
Yeah,
what it
AD,
seems like him.
like Joel and B fall. You be like, oh, he hurt.
Yeah.
Like, he hurt, bro.
No, no. Hey, Joel and B really bad with that because I'd be like, yo, bro, you always hurt as it is. Like, come on now.
Yeah, I definitely. So AD is definitely a scary. He's definitely a scary situation. I hope he. They saying calf strain. Uh, but I mean, we seen Kevin Durant. They said calf strain with him. He put that foot down. I think he had on mid tops, and that shit was gone, bro. Gone for a year. Um. So it is. Like I
I don't
hope.
know what these
Go ahead.
I don't
What
know
would you?
what these niggas be doing, man. Because whatever would be like, yo, I'm trying to do the exact same thing you doing.
Yeah, with LeBron, right?
Right, bro. I'm working out, eating, like whatever you do,
You
waking
go,
up,
hey,
like,
do you
yo,
go get massages, bro? I'm getting a massage. Like
yes,
you,
bro.
bro. Everybody at this point is no excuse because a lot of these top tier players got the money to pay for the stuff that LeBron paid for. So
Yeah.
Hey, low key, if I'm a Laker, I'm mooching off LeBron. Every time he go get a massage, I'm getting a massage. Every time he go with his trainer, I'm going with the trainer. I'm like, yo, I'm right here with you.
He probably don't got paid for nothing.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I'm right there with you.
They pay him to come to just like come in there to say like, yo, LeBron trains here or LeBron gets his massage here.
Yeah. So I mean, big that was big news. We touched on Blake Griffin is being held out till the team can feel like they can trade him. Andre Drummond as well. And Draymond, what was it, 2 nights ago, spoke on how he feels like that's unprofessional of the organizations to basically sit a player down and say you're not gonna play until we are able to trade you or we can figure out your future. And he was saying he thought when a player does something like that, that they're not protected, and if they don't go with the organization, they're considered a cancer. I'm gonna say what I said in one of our group chats that me and Cam is in. When with what Draymond said, he brought up James Harden, right, and how he forced his way out of Houston. As a fan, I think the way James Harden left Houston was unprofessional. Basically, you had a team that did everything for you for their, I guess, like an 8-year span, 6 to 8. What was it, 6 years or something like that? 6 years since he got traded. They did everything you asked. You asked for a player, they went and got him. You asked for CP3, they went and got him. You asked for Westbrook, they went and got him. You asked for Dwight, we got Dwight. You know what I'm saying? Like, we want to go small, we traded for it. Everything he did, everything he asked for, the organization made sure that they could do it for him. So he chose this year, after many years of not making it, to say, we just not good enough. I need to leave. I want to go to Brooklyn and all that. To me, that was unprofessional, right? As far as these organizations sitting down the players, I feel that if I'm a player, I'm okay with that if they sit me down, because it's not like they sitting them down and not paying them. They sitting them down to trade them, so they sitting you down to keep you healthy so they can trade you. As a player, Blake Griffin, and I'm sure Blake Griffin and Andre Drummond at this point, we know Andre Drummond did not want to go to Cleveland when he got traded there. So if I'm Andre Drummond, what is there to be mad about if I'm getting sat down so you could trade me to hopefully a better situation? I'm going to stay healthy. I just got to stay in shape. That way, when I show up to my new team, I'm ready to play. Same thing for Blake Griffin. So I don't know how y'all feel about that, but that's just my piece. I would be happy with the way the organizations are handling it. If anything, it shows a little bit of loyalty to the player. Because sometimes players go out there and just get hurt and all their value is gone, and the organization just throw them off to the side. We see it in football. We see it in basketball. Sometimes you see it in baseball. Like, it don't matter what the sport is. So how do y'all feel about how the organizations handled the Blake Griffin and Andre Drummond situations?
Hey, one thing with that though, like that also saves them from like going out there and looking bad on the court. You're already on a bad team. You start playing bad teams, gonna look at you like, I don't want to touch him. Like I can't mess with. You know what I'm saying? Blake Griffin and Drummond, they both can play, but they on terrible teams, so their stats not gonna look good. It's not gonna look like they playing well. So then that kind of saves you there too.
Yeah, nah, I don't feel. Hey, I feel the same way y'all do. Like, at least somebody telling me I'm about to get traded, unless
Right.
instead of some, like
They keeping everything out on the table
you
for you,
find
bro.
out on Twitter.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So
How many times have we
I
heard
would take
that?
that better than.
How many times have we heard that a player was on his way to the gym, to the facility, and got traded, and was like, he showed up and was like, yeah, I found out on a headline on my phone I got traded. You know what I'm saying? How many times have we heard that? You know what I'm saying? Football, basketball, whatever sport it may be, it's definitely happened a ton of times. So for the organizations just to keep that stuff out on the front with them and make sure everybody know, that way, come trade for this dude, because we trying to trade him. It's very rare that we keep stuff out in the open like that. So,
I'm pretty my fault, Chris. I'm pretty sure both of them asked for a trade too. I'm pretty sure Blake Griffin was trying to get. I know for a fact Blake Griffin.
I'm pretty sure they did it, and I'm pretty sure they did it the professional way, the way that organizations want you to do it, which is don't go to the media yourself and say you want to get traded, because everybody knows once that happens, if you trading a star or you trading a key asset to somebody team, that you don't end up getting their value back. We just know that, like, from the way it's been happening, over and over and over again. So I mean, you look at it like that, it's just, you know what I'm saying? It's like they did the best they could. They did the right thing, I guess, in the case of the player. But for Draymond to use James Harden of all people, even
Yeah, that was a
fans,
bad example.
even fans was like, bro, that wasn't the dude. That wasn't the dude that you should have put your words behind, because the way he did it was the worst way. Everybody had a problem with the way it is, like he got killed. Rightfully so. James Harden should have got killed for the way he did it, because he acted like the organization didn't want to give anything to him or didn't want to abide by his demands. You know what I'm saying? Like, when you look at it like that, you can't put your words behind James Harden. It's some other situations where you should have put your words behind that, around professionalism or whatever. So, we gonna take a quick break, and we gonna be right back with the second half of the podcast. And be right back. Back with the Preferred Walk-On podcast. Before the break, we were just talking about AD, his injury, and what it meant for the Lakers. Felt like it was a good segue into the topic of All-Star Weekend. And this time, about a week ago, we had a ton of players coming out saying that they weren't in favor of actually doing the All-Star Weekend. Looks like the NBA is going to go ahead and continue with it anyway, even though the players said they didn't want to do it. The first player to speak out on it was De'Aaron Fox, saying that he didn't understand. He said he thought it was stupid. Then the next night, LeBron said he had zero energy and zero excitement to play the All-Star game, followed by Giannis saying that if LeBron said he don't want to play, everybody got to follow the big dog. So that was obviously a show of respect from Giannis to LeBron. But how do y'all feel about the All-Star game being still going to happen, even though the players saying they don't want to play?
If the fans is not involved, then they shouldn't have it.
Yeah, I think it's that simple.
Pretty sure they can't. Yeah, I'm pretty sure they can't be involved. You know what I'm saying? So it wouldn't really even be no point, because the fans make the All-Star game. You know what I'm saying? Like, that whole atmosphere, like like that make the whole, like, the dunk contest, when people yelling and jumping up on the side, like, that make the whole All-Star game. So if the fans can't be there, then nah, I wouldn't even want to see no shit like that.
It's almost like a waste of time, because your All-Star game is really your money getter. Is your, you know what I'm saying? That's a big hitter for your money. So it's like, why waste time doing that if you really not gonna make no money off of it? You know what I'm saying?
That's true. I mean, I'm in the same boat. That's a fan experience, especially the most. I mean, you got Friday night is typically a celebrity game into the Rising Stars Challenge. After the Rising Stars Challenge, you go Saturday night is All Star Saturday night, dunk contest, skills challenge, shooting stars. What am I missing? 3-point contest. And all of those 2 days are about the fans. It's not about the players playing those games. And even the All-Star game on Sunday is really about the fans, because it's a much looser atmosphere, more fan interaction with the players. It's not just the players on All-Star All-Star game night that make it. It's the celebrities on the sideline. They're, when they do something crazy and they standing right there. You know what I'm saying? It's the intensity is not the same, right? So to see the NBA see the players say that they are not okay with the idea of playing the All-Star game, and still going on with it, I just think like it's definitely a disrespect to the players in a way. You know what I'm saying? Not caring about, especially in these times of a pandemic. You're gonna have 30 players come from all kinds of different cities, different places to play one game that has no bearing on the season, no, you know what I'm saying? Just doesn't have any weight to anything, the outcome of the season. You know, nobody's gonna look back and be like, yeah, you know, let's say the Brooklyn win. Nobody gonna say, hey, Kevin Durant had a great All-Star game, and that's why they ended up winning the NBA championship or whatever. You know what I'm saying? So it's definitely about the fans, and for them to, you know what I'm saying, keep that going. I just don't think it's the smartest thing to do. You know what I'm saying?
I think it's deeper than basketball at this point. You know, with Atlanta being open, they knew what they was doing when they chose that place. So, you know, the after the after events for the All Star game, you know, Atlanta, they still want that money. So we don't know who's talking above us, but I think it's more than just basketball. They don't want to not have it, and Atlanta already had all this stuff planned.
Yeah.
That's so.
In Atlanta of all places is the other thing. You know what I'm saying? It's not like they go into a place that's locked down.
Right.
Everybody, if you on social media, you know Atlanta wide open right now. Everything open, all the clubs, all the restaurants, every place of, you know, interest is wide open. So you also throwing each player. It's like you're gonna have to throw all them players in a quarantine after they leave Atlanta before you resume the season. Like that's how wild Atlanta is. You know what I'm saying? And it's no point to have it in a city like that. Um, right now, just because I mean, we I will say this: we kind of are at the end of the pandemic. With the vaccine rolling out, numbers going down, but let's not do stuff to, you know, possibly uh make, you know, at reverse the positivity we've been seeing out the pandemic. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna have a lot of people traveling there now. Just because they want to end up in the same place. They want to try and see the players or whatever, but NBA gonna put a strict quarantine on them. And that also defeats another purpose, because the main thing about All Star is, like y'all said, it's not the NBA, it's the money that's gonna be in the city. You know, the appearances that multiple players make. We know that 2K shows up at All Star Weekend. We know last year, or was it either it was 2020 or 20? What I think it was last year. We had the All the Smoke podcast was at All Star Weekend. Did an interview with Kevin Garnett. Like, it's stuff like that that happened all over the city, and then to have it in Atlanta and in the middle of a pandemic, and then try and hold the players down to not be able to do anything is like defeats the purpose. Atlanta's not going to get the money generated from it that they usually would in a regular year, if there's any money generated at all, other than more people being there. So I don't know, man. I just didn't like the idea. So, you know, it is one of those things that, you know, can definitely you know, not be what they want it to be, even though they forcing players to do it. So news came down yesterday. Vincent Jackson was found dead in Tampa Bay. First off, I want to say rest in peace to Vincent Jackson. Um, Definitely one of the better receivers of not this era, but like the previous era. He was definitely near the top of the league for quite a few years. All of us play video games, so we know how good Vincent Jackson was on Madden. And how the Chargers at the time were one of the best teams in the game. So it's just sad to see somebody like him pass away at the young age of 38, going way too soon. Another I guess casualty of the pandemic. You know what I'm saying? As many people would feel like we lost. You know, going to from legends. We lost Marty Schottenheimer in the past week. And I think earlier, like within the past month, we lost Hank Aaron. So it's just I don't know, man. It just feels like in a way the beginning of 2021 is definitely a continuance of 2020. So once again, we've been saying it for the past couple episodes. Everybody just be out there, stay safe. check on your friends and make sure just keep everybody upbeat and keep them all positive, man. It goes a long way because you never know what somebody going through. Anything y'all want to say about Vincent Jackson or anything like that?
Oh man,
Hell of a
just
player.
sad.
Yeah, it's just too that's just too early. Like it's crazy because I haven't really thought about him like that. Like this first time I actually like, damn, like I forgot about Vincent Jackson. Really, for being honest. I mean, not like I mean, not to be like that, but
Mm-hmm.
I just kind of, you know, it's crazy.
Not a name you would expect to be popping up in the news. You know what
Right.
I'm
Right.
saying? And it just came down yesterday. The well, all right. So we getting towards the end of the show. Uh, TP is here because he's starting up a new organization. We wanted to allow him to promote out there, get out to as many people as possible in the Greensboro area. So TP, if you want to go ahead and speak on it, we'll let you ride.
Okay. What we got going, fellas? Me, Sladro, Chris, and Cam. This past summer we were just doing a little bit of personal training with kids. Just trying to get them right during the pandemic. With sports, keeping them in shape. We had a lot of first time kids out there that wanted to play football and also other sports that parents just wanted their kids to come out there and get trained and stay in shape for. This spring, we are bringing out OTG off the ground sports. We will be providing for basketball, football, soccer, and baseball. Um, we will have the best deals in town. We will, I say we'll go 2, 3 times a week, hopefully. It's going to be from the ages of 4 to what's the oldest in high school, y'all?
17, 18.
17, 18. We're going to have all age groups. We're going to have one-on-ones if you want your kid to get one-on-ones. Man, we're just gonna it's going to be amazing. We're going to do something we've never done before. It's going to be something big. So make sure you connect with me, Adrian, Chris, or Cam for the information. We will have a lot more coming out by the end of March. We really want to start once it start getting warm back outside. So just stay tuned, stay aware. Just keep it in the back pocket because we're gonna take the rest of this year by storm.
Hey, T, I know a little bit about what we've been doing over the summer, but most people may not. So I got a quick question for you. Like what's something that a parent can expect from you? Like if they do bring their kid around.
Well, if
I know the environment, but like what's something that a parent can expect from you? If they brought their kid to the trainer.
most definitely. Well, for all the parents out there that don't know, I was a coach for Warnersville for 4 years. Before that, I coached with Adrian at Allen, and before that, I was back coaching at Warner. I started at Warnersville. I went to Allen with Adrian, and then I went back to Warnersville to be a head coach. 4 years, 4 championships. We got two red zone championships, and then we played a couple of off games with Pop Warner teams. Won 3 championships off that. So the with the winning, the resume speaks for itself. But as your kid coming to my team, they will definitely learn brotherhood. They will learn discipline. We're them guys that if your kid doesn't have that male figure at home, you bring them to us. We're going to make sure they understand they have somebody to talk to because a lot of kids out there don't have anybody to talk to. And at the peak of that age of 10, 11, 12, that's when um, boys start hitting puberty, and they don't want to talk to their mom, about puberty or their grandma. A lot of kids live with their grandma. Where we do sports sets. So we're bringing the whole package in one. We're going to train these kids. We're going to make sure they know brotherhood. We're going to make sure they know discipline. We're going to make sure that they're doing good in school with virtual learning. If you need us to discipline them for, you can bring them out there. Even if you're paying, even if you're paying us, for our services to help them to train and get better for sports or just to stay in shape. If you want to bring that kid out there just because they, need some type of discipline from home, I do that free. You call me anytime, I do that free with mine, my nephews, little cousins. Discipline is free with me, So um, I just like to give people someone they can trust, with their kid and someone that they know that's going to lead them on the right path. And when I bring my coaches with me, they trust me with my coaches that they're going to be the same as me or even better, So again, we bring the whole package, man.
Mm-hmm. Uh, we go back to the summer.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I guess one thing that I guess I could speak on is like we not only do we bring all the stuff that he brought, like your kid gonna come out there and it is gonna be hard some days, and then other days we gonna have fun with them. But like at the end of the day, a lot of parents especially do not know uh how at ways that they can get their kid better at playing a sport that maybe they see that they kid love. We there to help your kid even as young as they get, from whether that's first step, or a little advanced. We here to get your kid, try and bring the most out of them and get them ready for whenever they do return to competition if they haven't already. So like he said, it'll be probably maybe like a month from now at least, because we just wanted to get a little bit warmer. We know how hard it can be to get some kids to come out there in the cold, because they'll be like, "Mom, it's too cold outside" or whatever. So
It'd
we
be
gonna
hard
bring
for us
all
to come out there in the cold.
shit. You know what I'm saying? So
Facts.
we'll be we'll definitely keep anybody who
Well,
follows
not
us
you.
up.
Well, not you, Los. You a workout warrior. You in any storm. I
Man, I
seen
be in
Los
the
on IG. I seen Los on IG the other morning, shirt off, in like 30-degree weather running. I said, this nigga is
that's cap.
crazy.
That's cap. That's cap. I've been in the gym. That's cap.
So it's like we said, it's like we do want to focus on getting a lot of kids better. We all coached, me, Cam, and Los, we coached basketball for 3 years now, and we got better every year. You know what I'm saying? We were coaching at Glenwood, for those who live in Greensboro area. And I'm not gonna say that we don't have the best kids, but like it's definitely different in the area from like a Warnersville, as far as like motivation to play a sport. So we took a lot of kids who first time playing, and we got better every year. And that's just the goal for each kid, is just to get them better. You know what I'm saying? And help them improve. And maybe if your kid is advanced, we could teach them something about the game, because all of us have played up through high school varsity sports. With Torian in football, going to college, Slade going to college. Los is a state champion in football. Um, Me and Cam played 4 years of varsity basketball in high school. I played 2. So we just there to help. So if you want to bring your kid out and you want us to help them get better, it's like you said, we if they not doing well in school and you need somebody to get them, maybe talk to them in a different, give them a different delivery of a message, from your own. We can be there for that as well, because we definitely had some kids in this past workouts who were struggling in school, and we tried to do our best to give them advice on getting better on that front too. Because one of the things I told my youth group, as one of the last things I said to them was, just try and be a good person first of everything. You know what I'm saying? It goes a long way when you going through life. It not just in sports, but looking for a job, going through school. So just be a good person at first, and we just trying to help each kid get better as a person in life, and help them get better in their sport respectively. So if any of y'all want to add on top of that. So
another thing, we will have each um, kid will have their own profile. So from the first day they come to us, every month, that they're there, we're going to have a day where we just test them from where they started, so the parents can actually see some progress, because a lot of times training doesn't look like a parent can be like, man, they ain't really doing much, but in reality, we're doing a lot. Just because you don't understand it doesn't mean that the message is not getting through to them, or the progress in where they were from when they started to now isn't better. So every kid will have their own profile. Um, I don't know if it'll be the first month of the week. I mean, the first week of the month or the second week of the month, but we will test the kids every month just to show the parents, what we've been doing with them, where they at, and where we're trying to get. Um, Again, man, we take the kids. I would take a 4-year-old. I probably said 5, but I will take a 4-year-old if their attention span is good. I've had my daughter out there working out with us. She's only 4 and she listens. So, if you have that 4-year-old out that you just want, to go ahead and get acclimated with the game or just training in general, man, just hit us up.
or if you think you even see a love that they have for a game, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We there, hit us up, and we're gonna do our best to get them in a gym or on a field to get them better. So, is there anything else we was speaking on today? I think we got through everything. Anything else we need? Y'all want to touch on maybe something I missed or?
Slade Dro, we want to hear from you with them big kids. What you gonna have going on?
Oh, I mean, yeah, we like you said, we go pretty much do everything. During the summer, I pretty much work with high school kids. Um, and what I pretty much did was pretty. It was a little more advanced than the fundamentals. We talked about uh, well, mainly we had wide receivers, and we worked on like different kinds of releases, the terminology, uh, the terminology of the game, the IQ knowledge of the game, and things like that. So it really just depends on um, the type of age group that I have and the type of things that I'll learn. Of course, we'll do the basics, the 101s, the route trees. I can do quarterbacks too, drills with those. And pretty much it just depends on that level. And that's the kind of work that we put in with the different kinds of drills, the difficulty, and things like that. But overall, man, you gonna get better, just from the day one to the last day. Even if you only come for maybe 2 or 3 sessions, you will see that
Yeah,
difference.
we trying to get you better week to week. You feel me? Like we want you a better version of yourself at the next workout than you was at the last. So however much you improve, we just want to see that improvement. And like I said, a lot of kids want to get themselves to a level that um a high level to play. You know what I'm saying? Some of them have dreams of going to school. Some of them have dreams playing for school. Some may have dreams past that. So
So what's one thing, Chris? Me and you talked about this, and you should hit it right on the money. What's one thing a kid has to be to make it to that next level?
he gotta have, for one, he gotta have drive, and he gotta be able to listen,
That's it. He has
and
to be coachable.
it has
So
to be coachable. You
if
know,
you plan on bringing your kids out there with us, please make sure they coachable, and if they aren't that coachable at the moment, if we have to discipline them, let us do our job. Don't step in between what we have going on, because that would just mess up the whole process. And we don't want to work with kids that parents, are messing up what we have going on, because once they get to that bigger stage, that parent's not gonna have no say so on what goes on in that coach's mind if your kid plays or he holds the water over there when the team call a timeout.
Yep.
yeah.
And we will not be scared to tell your child that he will be doing that if he continues on the path that he's
Oh,
on.
we told many kids, hey, look, you better listen, or you ain't gonna play. We done told kids that all the time. Not the younger ones, but the ones that
Oh
was
yeah, the
going to
younger
high
ones was
school.
good, but
The
yeah, the
ones that go
older
to high
ones.
school, we was like, hey man, look, you passed that point of playing where you have to play. Hey. I mean, I done been on teams. Like I said, I done been on teams where I didn't play, and I've been on teams where I played a lot. I ain't gonna sit here and lie to nobody about that. So, and sometimes it could be something you doing that you don't know that you're doing, and you know, those things
Yeah,
just come up.
like you said, man, we gonna have experience from almost every level. Even sometimes at the professional level, we gonna have people out there helping. So we're not gonna tell you
We're not
stuff
gonna
that we
lie to
don't.
your kid about what is about to happen. Like we all been there. We all done played on teams that were good, bad, whatever. So we ain't gonna lie to your kid about any of that. So anybody tuned in that as a kid you want them to get trained, we your
I
people, man.
mean, it's some out here that have worked with us already.
Mm-hmm.
Ask.
Yeah. So
Either they gonna play running back or right bench. Which one?
yeah. All right. So if we don't have nothing else to speak on or the topics to touch on, this has been episode 10 of the PWP, the Preferred Walk-On Podcast. I'm your host, Chris. Top left of your screen, that's Los. Top right of your screen, that's Slade. Bottom left, that's Coach Torian Patterson from Warnersville. And bottom right, that is Cam. So until next week, we'll be in touch with y'all.
Big coffee, big swag, big
We will be in touch with y'all next week, man. Hopefully, y'all see some things we got cooking up for y'all here in the near future. So, all right, see y'all next week.